This is episode number 126 of the Homeowner Show. Whether you're DIY or looking to hire, we're here to help you find the best information and options for you and your home. My name is Kevin Hackett, and here with me is Craig Williams.
Hello, and welcome to wow, look at that. I can see our updates coming through. Hey, we're live on the YouTubes.
Hey, what's
look at
up?
that. That's a cool little feeling to have right there.
There you go.
Yeah, so if you guys have not yet done so, go on over to YouTube, hit the subscribe button, because we're going to be bringing you lots of cool DIY. Oh, I didn't take the bumpity bumps out. That's embarrassing for our very first YouTube show. Let's go ahead and get that one out of the way. It'll be fine.
Oh, yeah. It's going to keep coming through for a while.
There we go.
Just let it happen.
We're clear.
Yep.
So yeah, man. We switched over to YouTube tonight. We're gonna be running that for a while, see how that goes, because we figured out we could.
Yeah.
So we're gonna put the show live up on YouTube. So if you want to watch it live, you're gonna have to duck over there on Thursday evenings most of the time.
Yeah, most of the time. Every once in a while it'll be different, and most of the time it's late.
Yeah, because it's we're catching all the night owls right now.
Yeah.
It's the homeowner show.
But let's be honest, if you're on YouTube, it's probably late at night.
It's probably late at night. Yeah.
Not necessarily, but a lot of people watch YouTube late at night.
Yeah. Yeah. And so if you're not watching this, you're probably either trying to figure out what's going on with GameStop, AMC Theaters, and Dogecoin. So that's been the fun day today.
Yeah.
Well, it's actually been the fun last couple of days.
Well, you sent something to me about this today, and I was like, what are you talking about, dude? Yeah. I don't even know what you're talking about.
Dude, there is craziness afoot in the financial market.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and put the official disclaimer out there. You and I cannot give financial advice.
You do not want to take financial advice from me,
particularly on the internet.
No.
So, and if it's free financial advice, you probably don't want to take it. So we're not going to give you any financial advice, but I'm going to try and give you guys the brief synopsis as to what has been happening. So, and I want to tell you guys about it because I'm telling Kevin about it, and I think this is the first time I'm like trying to explain it to you.
Yeah, I mean,
other than over a text message.
Yes.
Okay. So here's long story short. Some guys over on Reddit caught wind, and not caught wind because these guys have been doing it for years and years and years, of these hedge funds that were shorting stocks in order to make financial gains. And if you don't know what shorting the stock is, just go look it up. It's kind of difficult to understand, but like basically you're betting that the stock is going to lose value.
Okay.
And you make money off of that.
Okay.
If you ever saw what was that, the Christian Bale movie, The Big Short, I think is what it's called. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That whole movie explains what a short is, and how those guys made millions, if not billions, during the 2008 housing crisis.
Right.
Anyway.
Basically, they knew it was going to happen before it happened.
Right.
And because of it, they sold high. It's kind of sold high.
Right.
They knew it was going to happen, basically.
Right. Yeah. And took advantage of the situation. And good for them. But anyway, so these hedge funds have been shorting certain stocks. And two of those stocks that these hedge funds had been shorting were GameStop and AMC.
Okay.
So there is a Reddit feed over there, and I forget what it's called. Anyway, it's not important. Anyway, this guy has like 3 million people on this thread over on Reddit, and said, "Hey, listen, we're all sick of this happening. So what we're going to do is we are just basically going to go gangbusters on this one stock, and we are just going to inflate it like crazy." And so they did. And I think at one point the GameStop stock was up over like 400%. So like if you're seeing these news stories now, the news story, and this is really telling to their cause, is the headlines on this right now that were being released just tonight, and which if you're listening to this in the future, things may have changed now. But as of right now, which is
on
Thursday, what did it say? The 28th.
Yes.
28th, January 28th. The headline has been, hedge fund loses $70 billion.
Oh my gosh.
So, and the reason is because they shorted the stock, And rather than the stock going down, it went up like crazy, which means they get left holding the difference that they need to pay back to the people that they borrowed the stock from.
And there's no way they can do that with...
Well, not only can they not do that, but like many of these funds have been reaching out saying, we need to borrow 2.2 million. We need to borrow because we can't cover.
Right.
Which is exactly what these guys were hoping, because like it's just it's exposing the way that and then the other things that happened is this morning, Robinhood, which is supposed to be the people's way to buy and trade stocks, stopped allowing people to get positions on these particular stocks. And they've since crawfished on a lot of this and said it's not us, it's other people making us do it. And it's like, yeah, but you can buy them other ways in other places, and those places really only tend to benefit the wealthy. So what the heck? Yeah. So it's been an interesting political day and financial day for many, many people. I mean, there's like no-name guys out there right now posting their stock tickers saying, I made $1 million today.
Gee whiz.
Just because they were in on it. Yeah. Now, it could all come tumbling back down, and some of these companies are saying like, look, we're shutting down trading on this because we need to protect people. And it's like, no, you're not protecting people. You're protecting these guys over here, and it's like it's really obvious right now,
right?
Because if it was all stocks, okay, like, and we're preventing like this, this nosedive, okay, maybe you're protecting everybody, but like you're just doing these two because your buddies are losing billions.
Yeah, because the stock's not going down.
No,
the stock's going up.
In fact,
at an exponential rate.
Yeah, and let me tell you, I'm not involved in this at all. I'm involved in something else right now that I've been teasing Kevin with.
Yep.
Anyway, so I don't own any of these stocks, but it's been fun to watch because what these guys are saying is like, don't worry if it goes down, hold it. And part of the reason they're saying hold it is because there's only so many of them available. And so, scarcity continues to increase the value.
Sure.
And when these guys can't get out of their positions, it just makes it that much more
valuable.
Yeah. And not just valuable to the people that own them, but increasingly more expensive for the people that shorted it.
Right.
Wow. And so that's that. And they're, these guys, they're not looking to make money.
They're just looking to prove a point. And they're going to make money in the process.
They're going to make money in the process, but they're also looking to tear down some stuff.
Yeah.
And so this is kind of interesting stuff, man, because it's the first time that we know of, in at least a significant way, that internet activism has actually like. Well, and here's the really crazy part, man, is, if you pay attention to politics at all, you'll get it right away. AOC, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, and Ted Cruz are in full agreement about what needs to be done about this. They're like, oh, we need to investigate this.
Yeah.
There's obviously shenanigans going on here. These guys exposed it over here at Reddit, and like, what the heck? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like they're like, if you ever see them engage each other on Twitter, it's like, oh my gosh, it's fixing to be a bloodbath. I mean, it's just the mud is going to, and like they're on Twitter right now going, yep, we both agree. This is terrible stuff. Something needs to be done.
Which is shocking in and of itself.
I mean, these are two people on, political ends of the spectrum that hardly ever agree.
Right.
So it's been an interesting day.
Yeah. That's, it's one of those deals where you look at it and go, How did we get here?
Yeah.
And I think it goes back to so much of the political climate that we've been under the last year.
Well, I think that's part of it, that people are sort of, and I don't mean to be like, use political speech, but like in a sense, waking up.
Yeah.
Part of it is because they've been stuck in their houses, and like some of these guys have nothing to do but look at their retirement accounts and just like, what's going on? Like, I'm not working. He's not working. We're not working. How is the stock market still making money?
Right.
What's going on?
Right.
So that's happening. It's bizarre. So like, but again, going back, if you just go back and watch The Big Short, I mean, like, this kind of stuff's been going on for years.
Sure.
And I don't know if you remember like the whole like Occupy Wall Street.
Yeah.
I mean, like this, they're saying like this is Occupy 2.0. And that they've actually, rather than going and sitting on the lawn, they've actually figured a way how to infiltrate the system.
Well, yeah, I mean, you don't have to physically be anywhere anymore.
No.
I mean, we have Zoom. we're live streaming on YouTube right now.
Right.
You know,
right.
I mean, from our closet, basically.
Well, and here's the other thing that'll just put a little in it is apparently at some point today, like they took, and I forget exactly what happened, but like that thread on Reddit got taken down, and everyone's like, "What's going on?
Where'd it go?
Yeah,
and who took it down?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
and so now we're back to the whole. What was the one that got taken? Parler.
Oh yeah.
I mean, like the whole thing with that is like, okay, so now things are now it's not speech that we and the reason was given is that there was hate speech.
Yeah,
and it's like, oh, where?
Right.
And cite it and you know all this kind of stuff, and it's like, oh, because it's like it's just so transparent as to what's going on. It's like, oh, our buddies are losing millions, so we're gonna try and cut this off to where they can't communicate anymore. But it came right back up.
Yeah.
So I've been on it this afternoon.
But
it's entertaining reading.
But
lots of bad grammar.
I'm sure. Well, I mean, anything you're typing that fast.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like you know, it's the problem with journalism, right? You got to get the story out as soon as possible.
Right.
It's like, do I get it accurate or do I get it fast?
Right.
And I'm going fast, especially in something like this, right? But that's not why people are tuning in today.
No.
I mean, probably not.
No.
To hear us talk about politics.
Well, here's why I think the subject, and we're gonna get pretty specific here on something that we're gonna do a review on. But in a climate like this, I think one of the things that people deal with a lot is anxiety and fear.
Yeah.
And like, you know, and if you go back to when this whole thing started, it was, you know, 2 weeks to slow the spread,
right?
You know, which turned into like a year.
Yeah, and like if you think back to that time, it's just comical to me. And I'm not saying that those 2 weeks weren't important.
They were
important.
Sure.
Absolutely. I think they made a difference even.
Yeah.
But
Kevin and I believe that the disease is real.
That's right. Yeah. We're not wearing masks in here, but
we're fine.
We're fine.
Yeah.
But no, I think it was important. But if you look back at it and go, oh, those 2 weeks are going to change everything. That was almost a year ago.
Yeah.
And we're still dealing with all of it. So
not only we're still dealing with it, man, but like Fauci's telling us, like, look, maybe 2 masks.
Yeah.
Maybe 3 masks.
Yeah. Or tomorrow he may say, masks not really at all. I mean,
kidding.
Kidding. Yeah, just joking. Like, haha. But it's funny because certain people will tell you, I mean, experts.
Yeah.
Right? People that are not just claiming to be experts, people that are actual experts, that are completely disagreeing with one another on what this looks like, what we're supposed to do, how we're supposed to do it. I get all of that stuff, but to the point is what it does for the average person. The average person that's sitting at their home right now is create fear,
right?
And it creates unnecessary fear because, and here's the problem with fear. So much of fear is just the unknown, right? I mean, if I know about something, then I can logically and legitimately figure out a way to not be scared of it.
Sure.
Like, I can protect myself. I can put barriers up. I can put other people between me and the thing that I'm fearful of, right? Yeah. As long as I'm kind of aware of what that fear is. And so I think that the problem is that there's so much misinformation that we can't really know anything to be true. So, so we're definitely going to be talking about a device here that helps combat fear.
Oh, yeah. So,
you like that segue?
I do like that segue.
Okay.
Well, and I think, and part of what I want to get across as we're talking, why this product is so cool, because you and I are not like necessarily like preppers.
No.
Or anything like that.
No, not like someone that I know that during, you remember Y2K?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so someone that I know had, it was either 2 or 3 containers. You know, the big containers, the shipping containers, full of supplies.
Oh, nice.
I mean, full.
I mean, if you can, why not?
I mean, that stuff's probably still in there because the lights weren't going to come back on. Remember?
Yeah. Clocks weren't going to work.
Yeah, they were prepared.
Yeah.
But yeah, stuff like that.
So
I'm not that person.
So we are not those people.
No, we're not.
That being said, I have a bug out bag.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. And I have a plan.
Sure.
And I think things like that, and I'm not saying like maybe you need to have a bug out bag, but like just having a plan in place.
Sure.
That if something happens, here's the rendezvous point, here's the plan. If this happens, then this.
Yeah, but we've talked about this on other episodes, specifically episodes. Remember, we had the fire episode where we talked about, okay, do you have a fire escape plan?
Right.
Do you know what it is? Is your family aware that if a fire breaks out in your home, this is what you should do? This is how we are going to meet. This is the door or the window that we're going to exit out of. Like, do you have a plan? To me, having a plan is very different than stockpiling certain types of things.
Right.
And not to say that stockpiling is the worst thing in the world, but it did create problems early on in the pandemic whenever all of a sudden all of the shelves were empty.
Yeah, no more toilet paper, no more this, that.
Exactly.
So, and all that means, this is a really long segue build up to this.
We're going to get there, I promise.
Yeah, and like it's probably just going to be like this big letdown when we get there. So, but like one of the best tools that you can have around the house and in your bug out bag and just in general, right? General tool around the house, one of the best things you have is a great flashlight.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, and I have multiple different styles of flashlights all around my house. I got little ones that I keep in my pocket all the time. I've got ones in the shelves around the house. I've got one by my bed that can be used as a club. All sorts of. So, I ordered this flashlight a couple weeks ago, and it took a while to get in. It's from Lone Survivalist, which is a website, and like they are, they definitely
the website is like lonesurvivalistshop.com, right?
I think that might be it.
Okay,
we'll put the link up in the show if you're interested in shopping for these guys, and they have some really, really cool products other than this one.
Yeah,
this just happens to be a really cool product. So anyway, it took a while to get in, and I was just really excited to try it out when I got it. It definitely lived up to the hype. I got it on a special. I don't know if they're still running the special.
Not on their website.
Not on their website.
No.
So I think this was like a New Year's special. So I was able to pick up 2 of these for $100. I don't know how much they're going for right now.
Right now. So first of all, someone should probably know that it says on their website. So this particular flashlight, the Nova P50,
right?
They sold over 50,000 of them last year.
I don't doubt it.
And right now, it's in stock. Right now, it shows to be on sale for $149.
That's what I thought. Okay. Yeah. And now, is that for 2 of them, or is that for just for one?
It appears to just be for one.
Just for one?
Yeah.
Okay. So I mean, if you're strapped for cash, you might want to wait around because they will go on special maybe again. Because I was able to pick them up at what I thought was a really great price.
Sure.
So here's the box. Can they see that? Is that in the shot? Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. So really, it's actually a really, really nice box. It's very similar to like opening I don't know if you can see it. Like it's like that. But I mean, the box on it is super, super nice. And so let me get it out here for you guys. So, obviously there's the flashlight, but inside, and this will kind of give away a little bit of what the flashlight can do, plug, USB charger. Okay. Nice. So rechargeable battery on the flashlight.
So it has a battery in it?
Yes.
But you can recharge it via USB?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, that's one way you can recharge it.
Okay.
So, right off the bat, let me just walk you through this thing before I mean, can they see this?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we've got the flashlight here. We got a zoom on the light. It's super bright.
Oh my goodness. You can't see anything.
That's awesome. All right. So it has 3 settings on the light. So you got bright, dim, and then strobe. And the strobe is obvious. It's a self-defense is probably the primary use of the strobe, or to like actually flag somebody down on the road.
Yeah. So the website actually, it's funny. The strobe feature temporarily blinds bears or attackers.
Yeah, bears.
It's hilarious that they put it bears or attackers as if they're different.
Yeah.
You know,
I've actually seen that on like multiple items that they list on their website. It's like, this is good for bears.
Right.
So that's the front. So it actually has a nice magnifier on there. And when you zoom in, we can't show you on here, but when you zoom in, it actually has a crosshair.
Yeah.
And that's from the LED.
I can show them on the.
See if I can get it to. Can they see that?
No.
Maybe there?
No. It's just the way the camera is picking up the light.
Okay.
Can't really see it.
That's okay. So just know that there's a crosshair.
Yeah.
In the light.
Right.
Which is when Kevin saw that, he was like, "That's so cool."
Yeah. I was like, oh. So you can shoot things.
Yeah, that's right. Or you can make them think that you can.
Right.
So the button actually is really, really nice. And they say that this thing is completely, I don't know if it's waterproof or how they word that.
Yeah, I don't see anything. I don't see anything on here specifically that says something about its water survival skills. Right.
And the zoom on the side here is telling me that it's 1x all the way up to 2000x.
Oh my goodness.
So moving around, we've got the button here to turn the light on. If you go around to the other side here, we've got a USB jack, right? And so this is obviously where you plug in to charge the flashlight, but it also has a USB port for you to charge your phone or any other device that connects USB or gets power from USB. You can charge it off of this flashlight.
Now that's pretty cool.
Yes.
Because now I've eliminated a piece of equipment.
Right.
Because it's a power bank.
Right. And I don't know how much power, but like from what I read about it, you can fully recharge your phone off of this flashlight.
Yeah.
So
cool.
It's basically a portable battery.
Cool.
Hey everybody, wanted to take a quick break to welcome our new show sponsor for this episode, Wyld Gallery up in Austin, Texas. These guys have an incredible setup where they are selling just the most amazing Native American art that you've seen. I mean, I've been on their Facebook page now. I've been on the web page, and Kevin and I think we're going to order some.
Yeah, it's really interesting. You know, we talk about homeowners, right?
Right.
And one of the things that's happening right now is Valentine's Day is coming up.
Right.
And I don't know about you, but my wife doesn't love just getting the same old, Valentine's Day gift that I give her every single year.
Yep.
And so, hey, how about something a little bit different and decorate your home while you're at it?
Yeah, let's be honest. Flowers are for chumps.
They just die, right?
I mean, if you're going to at least get a painting of flowers.
There you go.
So they'll last.
That's right. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So as I was perusing the gallery, which is incredible, by the way.
Yeah.
I found this piece by Tiller Wesley, which is untitled. Apparently, he didn't title it before I assume it's a he, before they passed away. And it's just this incredible piece of a paint horse and an Indian riding it across a snowy plain. Just absolutely gorgeous. I'm gonna be hard pressed not to order this one.
Well, if you're on YouTube right now, or on our video, you can see it right now.
Right,
got it up.
Thank you. Okay,
looks awesome.
Yeah, it's a fantastic paint, and it's an actual. And here's the other thing, guys, is like this one's pretty expensive. It's a $900 painting.
Yeah.
Right. I mean. But for normal art collectors, not that big of a deal. I'm a big art collector.
Sure.
I mean, I don't know if you can see the piece over Kevin's shoulder.
Yep. I'll show it.
That's an original piece right there. That's absolutely. I mean, I think that one's actually 100 years old. But the prices at this gallery range from. I mean, we've seen prints that are $35.
Yeah. I mean, I'll show you one right now. I mean, I'm looking at one right now. It's a really cool image. This one's a print of a buffalo. And it's really unique. It's got amazing colors. The background, the contrast on this thing is absolutely gorgeous, and it's $35.
Yeah, it's a really cool looking buffalo.
Yeah, so I mean, yeah, if you want to spend a lot of money, there's some really amazing looking stuff on here.
Oh,
or
absolutely.
if you want to spend a little less money, man, this website has pretty much everything.
Yeah. So here's the deal, guys. If you want to spruce up your home, make your office look a little more cultured.
Yeah.
What you need to do is go over to Wyld Gallery. And the way you do that is www.wyld.gallery. Wyld is spelled W-Y-L-D. So
W-Y-L-D.
WYLD.gallery. You can also find them on Facebook, and he has a shop on Facebook where you can purchase pieces right there.
Man, it makes it really easy.
So, and this is the new way to buy art, guys. I mean, with COVID and the whole global pandemic, it's next to impossible to be able to open a physical brick and mortar gallery.
Yeah.
So our new friends over in Austin have figured out a way for you to virtually visit a gallery, pick out a piece, order it, have it shipped directly to your home. You can call Ray over at 512-657-6583. Again, that's 512-657-6583. Go over and visit our sponsor and help sponsor the show.
Yeah.
So, all right, moving on. So we got the USB port. We'll scoot back around to where the button is. Just below the button here is a solar panel.
Man,
okay?
That's awesome. I mean, at this point in life, why doesn't everything have a solar panel on it?
I agree.
What I mean?
So it has a solar panel that allows it to recharge the flashlight via the solar panel.
Yeah.
Okay. Very, very cool. So moving on down the flash.
Before we get too far away.
Yep.
The battery is a 2500, and it's called a milliamp hour.
Okay.
So 2500 milliamp hour. I believe that's the right one. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. But that is probably enough to charge your phone 2 times.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that should do it twice.
Okay.
With a full charge.
Awesome. All right. So moving on down. Well, and you got the nice little clip there to attach to your belts or whatever it is. You also have a adjustable, what do you call these things?
Wrist handle band.
Yeah, because it can slide. And
yeah. Well, that's if you need to use it as a nunchuck.
Oh,
yeah.
Naturally.
Obviously.
Oh, and it's got a clip on it, so that can actually come off.
Oh.
Or it can clip onto something else, maybe.
That way, if you need to use it as a projectile after you're swinging it above your head.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and if you've been watching the video, you can probably see here at the other end, the opposite end of the bulb, is this. It's like a little ball peen on the end of the flashlight, and it's for breaking glass.
Yeah.
So if you get stuck inside a car, or for whatever reason you just need to break a piece of glass, that's there. You can also use it. It could be poked on to many areas of the body, I'm sure.
Yeah.
It would be uncomfortable.
Of course.
Yeah.
Well, it says on the website here.
I'm sure it has some flowery language about it.
It breaks glass with its tungsten point back end to escape car wrecks or fires. I don't understand how it's going to help you get out of a fire, but
well, I guess if you're inside a building that's on fire, you need to break the window to get out.
It's funny just the way it's worded.
You're on fire.
Yeah,
use this flashlight.
Right, yeah. And particularly the back end of the flashlight.
Yeah, just that. That's the only end that's going to protect you from fire.
That's right.
So, yeah. So, and you might be looking at that going, hey, that's pretty cool. We're not done.
No.
My favorite part.
Yeah.
All right. So the break glass end here, can they still see? Is that in the shot?
No.
No? Okay. So I'm turning it like that. Yes. Okay. The break glass end actually screws off here. So we're going to screw this off. All right. And what we have here, there's a little button here on this side. I don't know if you can see the button, but we're going to hit this button. And what you have there is a plasma fire starter.
Why not?
So freaking cool.
Yes.
This is the whole reason I bought this flashlight.
So
it could have just been this, and I probably would have bought it. It had everything else. That's the rechargeable, the solar. It's just so cool.
Yeah.
But that's
amazing.
Yeah.
The website, so it lists a bunch of different things about it. And then in bold, it says, it lights fires. period. Fast, period. And that's all that it says about it. Then it does go on and says it's got a concealed plasma arc lighter.
Yeah.
Never needs fluid as long as your solar power absorbs the sun. You'll always have fire in an instant.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah. So, I mean, like, there's your solar benefit right there. I mean, like, because when you're camping, man, I mean, like, having to pack in matches or a lighter or all this, like, if you can have all that contained into a flashlight.
Yeah.
I mean, like, this is an object that could really save a lot. Like, if you're like me and you have a bug out bag, this has really condensed the space in that bag to provide me with a lot more room. And ease when I need something.
Yeah.
Because now I've got this thing that can light fires, can show me, can light up an area, can zoom in light on a particular area, can charge my phone if I'm out in the woods and like I'm not near a charger and I don't have an additional backup battery or whatever. Like, it solves so many potential problems going down the road.
I completely agree. I enjoy backpacking.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't done it in a few years, but I'm going this summer, and I am always looking for gadgets that help me do that experience more efficiently.
Yeah,
lighter weight, better experience, all of those sorts of things. And one of the ways you do that is you find multi-tools.
Right.
And so, I mean, these days and age, like you need your cell phone with you.
Right. And you're not talking about just like a Leatherman or something like, because that is a multi-tool, but like you're talking about other things that are multi-tool.
I'm talking specifically about multiple things that can be combined into one thing.
Right.
Like I was telling you,
don't want to carry as much.
Exactly. Like I was telling you before, the show started, that I have one of my favorite pieces of equipment is I've got a Nalgene bottle, Nalgene, I don't know how people say it, but plastic indestructible.
Ryobi.
That's the one.
Okay.
But one of those plastic water bottles, right?
Right.
And I've got a lid that screws onto it that's a light. Mm-hmm. And so you turn the light on and it illuminates your water bottle and it becomes a lantern, basically.
Yeah.
So again, it's kind of a multi thing. You're going to have the water bottle. Now you got a light with it too. So what it does is it combines fire. You have to have that whenever you're on one of these trips. Solar, which now I can charge my phone, my watch, all of those sorts of things. I can do that. And when it gets dark, it's dark.
Right.
I mean, there's the stars in the sky and the moon. And so you need a flashlight. So you have all of those things in one handy tool. Man, it's awesome.
Yeah.
It's really awesome.
I think I'm trying to remember how I even found these guys. It was just by sheer luck and happenstance that I even happened to come across them.
Yeah.
And found the deal. I mean, but here's the thing. Even at $149, and it's really difficult, even on video and audio, to describe to you guys like how well this thing performs. Mm-hmm. And it does. It performs. It definitely exceeded my expectations. Like when I read that it had all this stuff on it.
Yeah.
I was thinking to myself, like, I'm gonna spend $100 and I'm gonna get something that's really cheesy and crappy, and but like it is solid.
Yeah.
And like everything on it seems to function great thus far.
Right.
So I'll be happy to talk about it probably like a year down the road and see if it continues to perform as well as it. I've already started a fire with it.
Really?
I had to.
Well, yeah.
It was just like, how could I not play with that?
Sure. It wasn't on purpose.
With the fire?
Yeah.
No, I lit the fire on purpose.
Oh, good. Okay, good. I'm glad.
So,
and it did it quickly?
Yeah.
Fast?
Very, very fast. Very, very fast.
That's amazing.
Yeah, no. We'll go outside in a little bit with with some pine needles and play with it.
We absolutely will do that.
It's a perfect night to do it too.
Yeah, no kidding. It is cool.
It's butt cold outside.
Yeah.
So
it's at least 40 degrees out there.
Yeah. So, I'll give you guys another tip that I picked up listening to an interview with Steve Rinella. Do you know him? I mean, I know you don't. I don't know him personally, but I'm asking you if you know.
It's actually 45 degrees.
45, still cold enough.
Yes.
So
no, I do not know who that is.
Okay, so I mean, he's done many things, but he has a show on Netflix called Meat Eater. And so he's a hunter, he's a backpacker, he's a survivalist kind of a guy. He just had a book come out recently about surviving and tools and tricks and things like that. Because that's been kind of like a big deal. I think there's been several shows about that, even some reality shows.
Right.
But one of the tips,
like Bear Grylls made that real popular.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, one of his big issues is that he tends to fly wherever he's going, which makes it difficult to pack guns and knives and all kinds of stuff. And so one of the tricks that he came up with, which after listening to him talk about, I was like, that's brilliant. So those old, what are those breath mints that come in the tin can? You know what I'm talking about?
Altoids.
Thank you. So what he does is he takes an empty can of Altoids and he takes cotton balls and then he rubs the cotton balls in Vaseline.
Okay.
And basically covers the cotton balls in Vaseline and then stuffs them inside an Altoids can. Yeah. And he said it's never been taken away from him in an airport search. It's always in his checked bag, not his checked bag, but his carry-on bag.
Yeah.
And he goes, I've even had people like open the Altoids can, see the cotton balls that are just covered in Vaseline, and just closed it and put it back in his bag. Yeah. No questions. And he goes like, look, that is one of the best fire starters on the face of the planet.
Yes. And
he said, not only that, like when you're out in the wilderness, one of the things you end up running into is like chapped lips and just chapped skin in general. And he goes, you got Vaseline there to apply and help you deal with that situation right there. And I was like, man, if I had that and this flashlight, I'm good.
Yeah. Yeah. I used to, so I've done a lot of backpacking type of trips, and one of my favorite things to take with me was I would ask my mom, just, hey, keep all the dryer lint.
Oh yeah.
And then I would take dryer lint and I would ball it up into a, I don't know, like a throwing marble size, like the big marble.
Right.
And then I would melt wax and I would dip it in wax. And those things, first of all, they burn forever.
Right.
And secondly, I mean, like, dryer lint's one of the most flammable things on the face of the planet. Yes. And so it's a similar...
Which is why you're supposed to clean those lines out, man. It'll catch your house on fire.
Exactly. So it's a similar concept, right?
Right.
I mean, you got, like, petroleum jelly. It's a wax. And cotton.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to catch on fire. And it's going to stay lit long enough to
stoke
light
anything else. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm super impressed with this flashlight.
Yeah.
I'm excited to get to actually, take it out in the wild and put it through its paces.
Yeah. So one of the things I was kind of mentioning earlier is that it cuts down on multiple other things that you have to have. I mean, you're going to have a flashlight. You're going to have a fire starter. You're going to have some sort of a power bank to power up your watch or your phone or whatever it is. And so it's not the lightest flashlight in the world.
No.
As far as weight goes.
I mean, I think that's intentional.
Yeah. I mean, it feels good in your hand.
Because they don't come out and say it, but they're like, this could be a weapon.
Oh yeah, absolutely it could. And so it's just, if you're going, why would I use that on a backpacking trip? Because it's heavy as opposed to just taking a really cheap flashlight.
Right.
But it does multiple things. It gets to the point where I look at it and go, okay, I'm willing to take that.
Yeah.
I'm willing to take that.
I'm willing to take the weight on.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That and my camping chair.
Gotta have a seat.
Oh yeah, you can sit on the ground. Great idea. Don't want to. I'm old.
Well, and I will say, because I've got it right here in my pocket, man. This is one. I keep this on me all the time. So this is one of my guys gave me. This is by Coast.
Okay.
And let me see if I can get the P50 out here for comparison's sake. Because this has a zoom feature on it as well.
Okay.
But that's it. It's clip, button. Yep. Look at that.
It's so small you can't even hold it.
Can't even hold it. So just for comparison, man. There we go.
They're not even close.
Not even close.
No.
So.
But.
I could not carry this in my pocket.
Nor nor could you charge your phone with the other one.
No.
So
Or light a fire.
Or light a
break
fire.
a window. Or recharge itself.
yeah, exactly.
Or charge my phone, or all that kind of fun stuff.
Yeah.
So
Cool.
But I'm curious. Would you take the plug with you?
Backpacking?
Yeah.
No.
I mean, because depending on where you're going camping, I mean, like I would imagine there's occasionally places where you could plug stuff in.
Well, okay, so it depends on what you're doing. Like if you're going cross country type stuff, like if you're hiking the Appalachian Trail, you're gonna come across towns,
right?
And a lot of the reason for that is you've got to refuel, right? Well, you got to get more food. A lot of people do it, and they're doing it on a $0 budget.
Right.
And so what they'll do is they'll stop at a town and they'll stay there for a week, and they'll, find a place to wash dishes or, something just to make a little bit of cash. Then they'll go buy food for the week, and then they'll hike another 50 miles or something.
Okay.
And so they'll kind of do that. Now, if you're doing that, then yeah, you can go to the library or something and
plug in
if you want to. So if I was doing that, then yes. But the type of backpacking trips that I do is typically 5-7 days at the most.
Right.
But a lot of times it's 4 or 5 days, and no, I'm not taking some. That's why the solar charger. I've got a solar charger power bank. That it's why it's valuable.
Yeah, but most of those. And this is why this one was intriguing to me. Is most of those, like even though the battery charger I was showing you earlier, that is solar, it says it can't completely recharge that battery just with the solar panel.
No, it would take. It would no. First of all,
it just says it's physically impossible.
It can't.
For that. But
it would also take days for it to even come close.
Right, and from what
direct sunlight.
Yeah, but these guys seem to indicate that like the solar panel on this is efficient enough to recharge the flashlight.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I mean, like, and when I read that, I was like, no way.
Yeah.
I mean, I was just very suspicious. So again, like I'm anxious to get it out in the field and actually, put it through it.
Which is cool, because if that's accurate, then you don't have to be concerned about how often you leave the light on. I mean, because for me, I typically take extra batteries just because.
Right. Which, I mean, again, not an option with this thing.
No, you don't need to.
You can't change the battery.
Oh, you can't.
No.
And again, that's weight that you don't have to take. I mean, if you don't have things that you have to charge up with a battery.
Yeah. But I mean, you better get it recharged.
Yeah. Yeah. Which, at that point you're like, okay, if you're backpacking, which I realize that a lot of people aren't doing that, but if you're backpacking, you're gonna have to strap that thing to the top of your pack.
Yeah.
I mean, in a place
which,
where
I mean, maybe what that little lanyard thing is for, to hang it off your bag.
Yeah.
But I mean,
to strap it down. Yep.
It's gotta be turned the right way, or you gotta be facing the sun. I mean,
you can't. You're not just gonna hang that off the back of your pack and hope that it hits the sun enough to recharge it. That's not gonna work.
No.
But
so you have to figure out how to get it. And maybe you stop enough during the day where you can set it out and let it do its thing. Maybe. You don't need it during the day.
No, absolutely not.
So, well, man, I think that's probably the longest anyone's ever talked about a flashlight.
Yeah, probably so. We appreciate you guys tuning in, especially those of you who are watching live on YouTube right now. That's awesome. If you haven't already, just go over and type in the Homeowner Show.
Going over there right now.
Yeah. And subscribe to the show. We're going to be live more often. And
how meta is that?
There you go. So go ahead and subscribe. Click the bell so you get notified whenever we put up a new video, new content. And thanks for tuning in. If you haven't already, also go to iTunes, leave us a rating and a review. That really helps us. We would really, really appreciate that. And we know you have a lot of options whenever you listen to podcasts. Thank you for downloading ours. We're going to be here each and every single Tuesday. Don't forget, Homeowner Show on Tuesday. All right, guys. Until next time, we'll see you later.
See ya.